It was good. It's your boy Remy Roy, closing that ruckus. It's been a minute since I made a video, but that's because if I don't have shit to say, I ain't gonna say it. You know what I mean? But I'm up mad early this morning. Well, it's not mad early. It's like normal time for normal people, but I'm not a normal person. You know what I mean? I wake up at 12, and it's fucking what 9 o'clock or some shit like that. It's too damn early for me. But anyway, I can't fall back asleep, and as I was trying to fall back to sleep slash fake meditating, this thought popped up in my head. You know what I mean? And I was just like, nobody is crazy. Like, nobody's crazy. And I remember when Dave Chappelle said, to call somebody crazy is very fucked up and dismissive. You know what I mean? And I didn't understand what he meant at that point until just now when I couldn't fall the fuck back to sleep in my bed, tossing and turning, thinking, these motherfuckers is crazy. But then I thought about it and I was just like, oh shit, crazy doesn't really exist. Like, there's no such thing as crazy. What crazy is a uneducated person's what's that shit called? Diagnosis. Not even an educated person, because a person could be educated. Uh, 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 uh. It is it's a diagnosis without knowing all the information needed to make the proper diagnosis. Well, whatever the fuck that word is. But y'all get what the fuck I'm trying to say, right? So it's just like let's say, just using this diagnosis. I'm a doctor, right? A patient comes in and they're telling me their symptoms, right? Or I'm seeing their symptoms, right? Or per se. And their symptoms doesn't match what they're doing. You get me? Or the sickness they claim to have. Am I still on the... These analogies be fucking me up sometimes. Give me a second. Alright, boom. So, you a doctor, a patient comes in coughing, you say, oh, you got a cold. You don't do any more research. You don't ask him how he got the cold. You don't ask him any of that shit, you know what I mean? So you just see him coughing, and you just assume the motherfucker got a cold because cough, cold. Nah, I'm not realizing, oh, this motherfucker is a fucking mine worker, and this motherfucker's been breathing in cold for the last 30 years. So you give him fucking Robitussin and cough drops, thinking that he got a little phlegm in his throat, when it's really he got fucking black lungs and nigga got whole lung cancer and shit. But you then, so then you give him the fucking Robitussin cough drop, and that nigga still coughing up blood, and you just like, what the fuck wrong with you? This nigga, there's something wrong with you, nigga. Like, you got a cough, I gave you cough drops, and your ass is still coughing. What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? So that could now look as if this motherfucker is crazy, not realizing that you didn't do enough research on this motherfucker, on this thing, or whatever the hell it may be. You know what I mean? Because what I'm talking about is, like, I don't remember, I think I heard my neighbors arguing or something, right? And I was just like, my first thought was just like, yo, how do you keep arguing? You know what I mean? And that's easy to say when you outside of the argument, right? Because when you be in that bitch and you upset and that motherfucker pissed you off and you ready to get back at this motherfucker, you understand why the fuck you can argue for full fucking 4 hours straight and shit. But when you outside of that bitch and you trying to sleep or try to fake fall back to sleep and you hear motherfuckers arguing, you be like, yo, these motherfuckers is crazy. Who wake up in the morning to argue at fucking 8 o'clock in the morning? Not realizing that, yo, nobody is fucking crazy. So if they're not crazy, then what the fuck is it? What's wrong? What's happening? Why are these motherfuckers arguing at fucking 8 o'clock in the fucking morning? And that's when I just had my epiphany. Nobody is fucking crazy. But you know what it is that everybody is and nobody's fucking doing? Everybody is fucking damaged. Everybody is hurt emotionally And I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about emotionally, I'm talking about mentally. We're all have damage done to us, and as quick as motherfuckers are to say motherfuckers is crazy, is as quick as motherfuckers, or as little as motherfuckers ever say, oh, that person is damaged, they need to heal. And what I realize is nobody's fucking crazy. We need to heal. The motherfucker who looks like they throwing a fucking tantrum has not healed from trauma in their past. What's the trauma? I don't know. Sometimes, majority of the time, y'all motherfuckers don't know what fucking trauma y'all are reacting off of that looks like y'all makes y'all look like y'all crazy. And I'm talking about myself too, because I had my crazy moments too. But I'm just saying, like, you're not crazy. I'm not crazy. I've been through some shit that I haven't all the way healed from. You know what I mean? So once you understand, oh my god, my brain, it keeps doing, you haven't healed from some shit. Why my brain keep doing? Because you haven't healed from some shit. Why do I keep falling for the same guy? Because you haven't healed from some shit. Why does my mom keep? Because you haven't healed from some shit. Why does? Because you haven't healed from shit. Your ass is not crazy. Your ass ain't healed. You know when you get a boo-boo and you go get alcohol, if you're a gangster and you get hydrogen peroxide, if you a wankster, and then you pour that shit on that bitch, and then if you got the hydrogen peroxide, you see the white little bubbles and it starts to tingle and shit. And if you got the alcohol, you hit the James Brown shit, right? You gotta clean the cut though. You know what I mean? And after that, you put on some of that solution, the trifecta, you know what I mean? Or some A&D ointment on that bitch. And if you still outside, throw a Band-Aid on. If you not, let that shit breathe. But there's a procedure to healing. There's the same procedure to healing mental trauma, physical trauma, emotional trauma. And we know nothing and do nothing of those things to heal ourselves, to then stop and combat all this other bullshit that is now arising in our everyday life. Does that make sense? Your ass ain't crazy. Your ass just ain't healed yet. From what? I don't know, nigga. Why you asking me? That's a question you gotta ask yourself. But if your ass feel like your ass is crazy, you not. You just ain't healed. That makes sense? With that being said, go heal your ass, motherfucker. Because you fucking it up for all of us. And that includes you. Not you, but me. I'm pointing at me, not you. Well, I point at you too, but like right now I'm pointing at me, not you. But shit, if you feel like I'm pointing at you, nigga, then you too. Peace.